All right, moving on to Hostel 2. Unfortunately, I'll have to review Hostel 3 later tonight because I've been called away. In fact, I shouldn't even be recording this one, but I don't give a fuck because I'm in the mood. So, all right. Hostel 2. I don't have as much to say about this one as I did the first one because I said a lot of what I want to say about the franchise in the first review. So if you want to hear my thoughts on torture porn and the concept of this franchise and everything, that's all in the first video. So we'll cut out about 15 minutes at least just talking about that shit. Anyways, so Hostel Part 2. Now this is a film that really isn't liked. And that's fucking weird to me because I think this is the superior of the two. Like, I really like Hostel 1, but I love Hostel 2. Like, I don't understand why people dislike this one so much. This one ups the graphic violence. It ups the hot chicks. Like, it ups everything. The humor, like, I like it all. And the characters are much more likable. Especially our lead character here. It's yeah, I mean, I don't see why this one's disliked. Maybe because they think it's like rinse, lather, repeat. Like it's the same film as the first one. I would assume that's probably the issue here, but I don't feel that. But it's the Hostel franchise. Like, I don't know. There's enough twists and turns and enough difference in here that I'm just like, no. Like, that's fun. This is cool. This is a new spin on this. This isn't this and that. And the way it ends. I mean, the whole last, like, 5 minutes of the movie is fucking just awesome. Just awesome. It's got such a fantastic finale. Everything that happens, yeah, I absolutely love it. So, I don't think I wrote down a single name here, which doesn't surprise me. So, here we go again. We'll just use just, real basic descriptions of people. So, the main chick, the rich chick. So, there you go, the rich chick, and then her blonde friend. Bijou Phillips, I think is her name. However you say her name. And then you've even got freaking Heather Mazza, whatever, from Welcome to the Dollhouse, which wild to see her in this, and it was even crazier to see her tits, to see her naked. I was like, oh my god, am I really seeing this right now? And even crazier, they were great tits, and she has a great body. She's cute in a real nerdy way. Like, she's like super nerd. But she's still kind of attractive in a really fucking nerdy way. So I'd do her for sure. No doubt about it. This one picks up right where the first one leaves off. I always love that. I'm a big fan of films that just go right into pick up right where the previous film left off. I love that stuff. The cops questioning him in the hospital, it ends up being a dream sequence a la like Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, where it's like a fucking total fake out dream sequence in the hospital, and him getting brutalized, and it's like, no, it didn't happen. But it is great exposition for what happened in the previous installment. Like, they need a previously on kind of setup for people who in the theater, either it's been a while since they've seen the first one or they never saw the first one at all. And so they got to catch the audience up to speed, which I feel like they kind of drop once the sequels get later. Because you're just like, dude, if you haven't seen it by part 5 or something, what the fuck are you doing in the theater? But the second one usually does try to cater to the audience that hasn't seen the previous installment and is like, all right, like, here's a recap. And there's always got to be somebody who comes in and is like, are you saying that you went here and did this and then this happens, and which means that this might happen? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. But this is kind of a clever way of injecting that. Like, oh, he's talking to the police and he's explaining what happened and it's showing footage so that we get a little flashback, and it further illustrates what he's trying to say. So I think it's a very smart way to do it, even though it ends up being a dream sequence. It's a scary dream sequence. Like, these guys are in on it, and it makes sense that the cops would come to him and be like, dude, you killed somebody. That said, now, we always want to say, like, oh, this is what we do. I for sure do this. Okay, so bear with me. I'm still going to say that even though I don't know for sure I do this. But what I feel like I would do in that situation, when they're like, oh, we found this guy's body. He was found in a bathroom stall. I'd be like, yeah, I killed that motherfucker. Want to know why? Here's why. Like, 100%. Okay, 99%. I would be like, yeah, I killed him. And I don't know many juries that would convict me. Now, that's in the United States. He's somewhere else. Although at this point, I don't know where he's at. Where is he at the end of this one? What's the hospital he's in the end in this? Even though he's somewhere else in like with his girlfriend in that house. I also find it kind of questionable that they'd leave his girlfriend alive. Like, because they know he told her stuff. Guaranteed. Like, she's in the house. That motorcycle guy who came in and killed Paxton and cut his head off and everything, like, he left her alive? Bullshit. No way. This place, this company who's killing children and fucking locking up people and letting people torture them, like, killing to them would be nothing. Like, even if there was the slightest hint that she might say something, that she might expose them, that she might go to the cops. Although they have the cops paid off, supposedly, but it can't be paid off in every single country. So, it just doesn't make sense to me that she's left alive. That's, for me, a flaw in the movie. I'm just like, I'm glad that she doesn't deserve to die, so it's not like I want her to die. But as far as the elite hunting group goes, I just don't see them leaving her alive. There'd be no loose ends. The part 3, I mean, they have a fucking bomb in the building to blow the whole place up, everybody inside, so that there's no witnesses to what happened. So for me, it's just like they would fucking kill for sure, 100%. But there you go. A lot of 100%s. I'm a cocky prick tonight in this interview. I always want to call it an interview. I'm interviewing myself. Hey, Jason. So, why do you think you're so sexy? Well, Jason, let me tell you something. And yeah, I mean, they kill Paxton in this, which makes sense. I mean, they track him down, they kill him. Yeah, of course. That makes perfect sense. I don't like seeing that kind of stuff in the next installment, because like when they survived the first movie, I want them to have survived. You know, it's like, no man, like he got out. Like he got out, he should deserve to live. You know? Like I watched him get out, and then in order for you to make a sequel, his character has to die, like then don't make the sequel. Like that guy should have lived, Alice should have lived. Like there's plenty of characters in horror movies that are like, no. She survived that night. Alice should not be hunted down by Jason and killed. But at the same time, I get it. It makes sense. I'm fine with it. But I still don't like it, if that makes any sense. Like, I like it. I don't like it. I get why it's done, and I'm fine with it being there, but I don't want it to have happened because I feel like that character got away. And it's like, no, I fucking survived this. Like, but then at the same time, I don't want them to be untouchable. I don't want them to be Sidney Prescott from fucking... Scream franchise, where it's just like they're not killing Sydney. Although now in part 5 they'll probably kill Sydney in the opening sequence. That's what they'll do. There you go. I'm calling it now. She'll be the Drew Barrymore of the Scream 5. She'll be killed in the opening, and it'll be the big shock. Oh my god! And everyone comes back for Sydney's funeral. That's how they'll get everyone back in Scream 5. You heard it here first. They might even reveal that in a fucking trailer, which would be the dumbest shit ever. But I've seen dumber. I saw that in fucking Taken 3. Taken 3 trailer. I'll still never fucking forget. Like, killing a main character in the trailer? Like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? That's crazy. Anyway. Yeah, you got Chicks It's Time, and the main chick here is rich as fuck. She says that she could, well, her friend says that she could buy all of Slovakia. Like, that's how rich she is. So she must be a fucking multi-millionaire up to the billion mark. Like, she's got so much money. It's just egregious at this point. Which saves her ass in the end. And then she's stalked by the hottest chick, this naked model chick in this. And she's gay, right? That's what we're getting at in this movie. Or bi, at least. Because then you've got Stuart, which I actually remember his name. And the cover kind of gives away that Stuart turns bad, which is like an unexpected turn in the film. So maybe not the best cover art. But anyway, now, of course, when she's talking to Stuart later in the movie, she's just telling him what he wants to hear, because she's trying to live. And in case anybody's wondering why my movies are all messing up here, because I'm sure somebody's going to ask, I'm cataloging them all. I got a new app called I Collect. It's $10, and one payment, and you can catalog all of your movies. I'm going to catalog every fucking film I have because I bought so many duplicates at this point that I want to just be able, and I'm going to share it too. I'm going to go on and I'm going to share it. Like, I'm going to put it in my thing where you're going to be able to look at every film I have for anyone who wants to request a film or something. They'll be like, oh, I wonder if Jason owns this, because it's much easier for me to review something if I own it, and I own a fuck ton. And you'll get to see whatever I have too. So it'll be cool for some of you who are just like, I've always wanted to see my collection, to know what I have. Now you're going to be able to see every single film I own. But we'll save that for a later film. Anyway, a later interview. Review. All right. And oh god, the guys on the train, the douchey pricks on the fucking train that are like bringing her back for the drugs. And why do you have to act like this? Like, this chick's into you. You could have fucked this girl. The blonde chick in this movie, you could have fucked this girl. She was all about you. She was like looking at you, giving you those eyes. But he's a douchey prick, right? Like, he doesn't know any better. Like, he can't stop. That's his nature, right? He's that guy. It's not like he's like, oh, I'm gonna be a douchey prick and it's gonna get me laid. No. He's just a fucking douchey prick. It's just like, can't you read it? Can't you read that she's into you? Like, you could have fucked this girl. This girl's gorgeous. She's all about you the first time you see her. When you're talking to her, she's like, yeah, all right. And all you had to do was not bring her back to your room to meet these fucking, although you're a douchey prick, you don't deserve her. So I'm glad that you showed your true colors. Just don't be a douchey prick. There you go. And like the last film, and just like this film, there are morals, lessons to be learned in this film. And that is, A, don't pay to kill people. B, don't go to some fucking foreign country and start doing drugs and, high-risk areas. C, don't lie to your wife, fly across the fucking country to murder people, but don't lie to your wife in general. Lots of things to take from this. Now you got the girl from Welcome to the Dollhouse, but you also got Victor fucking Crumb from Harry Potter in this as well, which is funny to see. He has very little lines. Not sure he speaks any English because he barely speaks in fucking Harry Potter either. The scariest and the most disgusting sequence in this entire franchise, by far for me, by far, is the bidding war. The bidding war is disgusting. To watch this, grandparent and this father and this husband and this businessman and all these supposedly high-class people, good people, to just be on their phone I want to buy her. I want to fucking kill her. Disgusting. Just oh my god, it's so hard to watch. The whole time you're like, I want this person to die. I want this person to die. I want every one of these people. Like, if the elite hunting people, see, that's what elite hunting should be. It should be elite hunting for pieces of shit like those people. Okay, so you get that number, you start bidding on someone, and then when you get there, they lock your ass in a room, and that person you paid for comes and kills you. That should be the fucking sequel. There you go. Be like, somebody takes an elite hunting to the next level and starts destroying pieces of shit like that. Because I'd love to watch a movie where people who are bidding on these girls and bidding on these people to kill them are the ones that get fucking tortured and murdered. That tattoo artist, that fucking poor tattoo artist, has to do that same tattoo over and over and over and over and over again. Jesus. Must be so bored doing that tattoo. We get a little bit more of we get a lot more of the home life and kind of the behind the scenes of the guys who are doing this, which I think is a great addition to this. They're not just faceless people. We actually get to know them and their reasoning, and you've got Stuart and then you've got his buddy, and you're just, I wrote his name. I think I wrote the buddy's name down here. Doesn't matter. But his buddy, who's just the whole film gloating and pushing, you're such a pussy and we're doing this and, you're going to be different after this. And he is you just want this guy dead. And to see his mutilated body is so wonderful when those dogs just tear that motherfucker apart and you get to see him carted by. And Stuart's just he's so gone by that point. He's just yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'll buy this chick and I'll go fuck her up. He is a little prick, man. Holy hell. Then you got this goofy ass Ryan Reynolds looking motherfucker who comes up and asks this girl for a dance, and he's could have helped you. And then when you see him later, he's all broken up, his tooth is broken, he's moving, he's got all this shit in the back of his truck, he's taken off, they've pushed him out of town, and he's I tried to help you. but I'm too goofy for you, so I guess you don't get to live now because your standards are high. But yeah, I mean, he goes up to her and he tries to be as charming as possible, but you know, he's kind of goofy looking, so there you go. Then you got Stewart, who goes out and meets with his victim to try to get to know her beforehand, which of course is going to make it harder, although of course this flips later on. And then, oh man, does she cock block fucking Victor Krum in this movie. Holy hell. She wants to fuck this guy so bad, and he never gets laid. This poor guy. You know, all the other ones got laid, but this dude. And it was actually with a real chick, like a rad chick that actually wanted to fuck him, not just someone who was trying to set him up. Poor dude. And then you've got Welcome to the Dollhouse Girl. She gets bloodbath slit up. That is a great scene. It's horrible to watch, of course. You don't want to see this girl brutalized like that, but what a gnarly sequence. Like, blood is never really gore to me, but the way this is done, stylized and all this, it's probably the most stylized kill in the entire franchise. Really cool stuff. The blood and the tits and the candles, and it's all like intimate and romantic and sexy, and it's like not at all at the same time. It's like, what? I'm like for some reason, like the way this is shot, it's like, oh man, it's kind of erotic and kind of sexy, and at the same time, you're like, dude, this little fucking girl's being mutilated. This is horrible. So it's like a lot of conflicting feelings when you're watching it. And then, yeah, I mean, they're just shooting kids in this. Just one of them fucks up his property. They beat the little girl, and then they take him, and kids turn on one of the other kids to survive, like grab his hat and throw him in the ring, and they're like, take this little son of a bitch. That's fucked up, man. These kids have no allegiance to one another. Dog eat dog world out there, I guess. And then, yeah, I like that they actually make up the girls to the client's liking, which makes sense. And then you got the girl. She walks into the room of heads, which of course reminds me of freaking Mombi from Return to Oz. Dorothy Gale. I thought that's what Paxton's head was going to say at one point, but he did not. And then, yeah, the friend can't stomach it, freaks. The fucking thing hits her in the face, and he's like, oh my God. And he's like, you fucking do it. Like, I paid good money. He's like, oh, nope, it's in the contract. You don't kill somebody, you die. Good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Although, that said, I don't feel like that's consistent, though. Because here you've got that dude who does it, and that girl's clearly gonna die. Like, they even tell him, like, this is only a 20-minute special. For the next 20 minutes, this girl's going to bleed to death. If you left her in there long enough, tied to that chair, she would die of starvation. She would die of fucking the wound festering and blood poisoning, infection, whatever. She would die eventually, right? But then rich girl buys her way out. And then she cuts this guy's dick off, and she's like, let him bleed to death, and feeds his dick to a dog. Which, that dick is huge, by the way. They always do that in films. The flaccid penis she cuts off is like fucking this long. Like, dude, that dude had a dick on him. Like, your dick with no blood, take the blood out of it too. Oh my God, your dick would be nothing. Be a little turtle head. Everyone's like, Jesus, Jason, you just have a little dick. Okay, that's fine, I guess. But regardless, the dicks that they have in movies are hilariously large. But it's to show that it's a dick, right? You know, if you had some little fucking thing that was pale and bloodless, and it wouldn't really have the impact that this does. Anyways, that all being said, he's still alive when she leaves the room, and they laugh and they're like, and they close the door and let him scream. Why is she allowed to leave and the other guy isn't? Because she's paying more? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. To do it in the same movie too, it seems really, really stupid to me. Then you got the cannibal. He's eating Victor Krum. Hopefully he doesn't leave any crumbs. Wow. I went for that joke. I think I nailed it, though. They poor girl. They sell her for cheap. Although they already got the money for her. So when they sell her for cheap, they're just getting more money. It's not like they're refunding that guy's money. So, and then... I actually wrote a joke down here for the Krum thing, saying he wouldn't be able to play Quidditch anymore with those legs. Yeah, the Krum joke was better though, I think. Todd. There's his name. Todd is fucked. And then rich chick here uses psychology on Stuart. Lets him. He's a smart girl here. Well, all the shit she does with Stuart there, and lets him fuck, like, start to fuck her. I don't think he ever even gets his dick in, but the shit she does, great stuff. And then her birthday being the code, she's like, that's sick. That is sick. Oh, I forgot to say that some guy brought a kid into the theater to see this movie, and I was outraged. Like a kid. Like a 4-year-old or something. And I said something to him. I couldn't help it. I was just like, dude, you really couldn't find a fucking babysitter? Like, and she was just, the whole movie, she was like, Daddy, why is this guy torturing this girl? This and that. And he was like, shh. And I'm like, what are you doing? Get this girl out of here. I felt like a fucking asshole. I felt like I was, I felt like I was an accessory. I felt like I was an accomplice. Not like escorting that girl out. Terrible. Letting a little kid watch Hostel Part 2 in a theater. Like, seriously? What the fuck is wrong with people? Made me feel like an asshole being in the theater. And then she negotiates her way out. Awesome. Just great stuff. Do I think they'd let her do this for the right price? Maybe. Once the transfer went through and all that, though, they'd probably kill her. But regardless, she does get, she goes after what I seemed, is that the dude who leads the place, his daughter? She goes and kills that girl? This might not be the wisest of moves. But, yeah, so she kills that girl, and then the kids play soccer with her head, which I think people find stupid. I think that scene is hilarious and amazing. I don't know why people don't love that. It's just such a perfect end to this film. The whole last 5 minutes of this movie is just beautiful for me. Dick chopping, the reverse psychology, buying her way out, throwing the guy's dick to a dog, letting him bleed to death, getting revenge on that girl, soccer head, all that stuff is just fucking wonderful. So yeah, for me, for sure, this is the better of the two. And we'll get to Hostel 3 later tonight, but for now, I gotta go play Apex Legends. So adios, guys.